I'm getting a lot of emails asking about stances, about grips, about eye dominance, and also about how to diagnose your target, get back on target. So we're going to address those today. First of all, eye dominance. It's really easy to determine which eye is dominant. What you're going to do is you're going to take both your hands, you're going to outstretch them in front of you. Okay? You're going to bring them together and form an opening in them about the size of a quarter. Okay? You're going to focus on a distant object, and in this case I'm going to focus on an object, the lens of the camera. Okay? And you bring the circle back to your face, keeping an eye on the target. Okay? And when it's back to your face, the eye you're looking through, that's your dominant eye. If you think that both your eyes are dominant because you're like this, you need to make a smaller hole and look through that. Okay? It should come back to one eye or the other. In my case, I'm right-handed and I'm right-eye dominant. My mother, for instance, is left-eye dominant and right-handed. She uses her left eye to sight. She just brings the gun over to her left eye, but still controls the pistol with her right hand. Okay, so you can shoot if it's different like that. So that's eye dominance. Second thing we're going to talk about is sight alignment and sight picture. Okay. This is sight alignment. This is sight picture. Sight alignment is when the front sight is centered within the back sights. There's an equal amount of space on both sides, and they're level across the top. This is sight alignment. Sight picture is when you add the target to it. Okay. This is like a table. You set the target on top of it, like an apple sitting on the table. Okay. Now people say, oh, you bisect the circle. No, if you want to get a smaller target, envision a smaller circle in the target and put the sight on top of that. But the target should be sitting on top of the front sight, and the front sight should have an equal amount of space on each side, level across the top. Okay. Now when we talk about defensive accuracy and defensive shooting, if you can see the front sight anywhere within the back sight, you'll hit the target, a target this size, 8.5 by 11, at 7 yards every time. If you can see the front sight anywhere within the back sight. So if the blade's off and down to this side, or there's up just barely in off to the right, if you can see the back sight anywhere within this front sight anywhere within the back sight, you'll hit an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper at 7 yards every time. Why is this important? You can see if you can hit that at 7 yards, you'll hit a human being in self-defense at 7 yards every time too. That's what we call when we say defensive accuracy. Okay, that's eye dominance, sight alignment, and sight picture. We're going to go over shooting fundamentals real quick. Okay. For this example, we use an acronym called BRASS. B-R-A-S-S. Okay. Got it from the Army. My dad was in the Army. Brass is also what you call the the spent brass casings from pistol cartridges and rifle cartridges. It's brass. Okay. So B is breathe. Okay. Breathe. The body moves constantly. You cannot stop the gun from moving at all completely unless you put the gun in a vise and put the vise in concrete. Generally you move in what's called an arc of movement. Okay, so you have your sights on the target. Okay, as you breathe, your sights are going to move up and down on the target. Okay, and you're going to move slightly left to right just because you can't hold your arms completely still. This ends up giving you something like a figure 8 movement on the target. Okay, the idea is that you fire the shot when you're at the center of that figure 8. Okay? Now you can minimize that by controlling your breathing or holding your breath and making that figure 8 smaller, tightening up your group. Okay? Now we talk about target shooting. What you're going to do is you're going to inhale, exhale, and you're going that 6 to 10 second pause in between breaths is when you're going to fire your shot. If you don't fire your shot then, what's going to happen is your blood oxygen level is going to start to drop. You're going to notice this first in your eyes, the small capillaries in your eye. Your eye is going to start to blur. Okay. Then your muscles that are dependent on oxygen to operate are going to start to tremble. Okay. So now you're trembling and you have blurred vision. Are your chances of hitting the target going up or going down? Obviously they're going down. Take your breath. Try again. In defensive encounters, okay, you're going to just hold your breath and pull the trigger. Okay. So this time I'm going to show you that the firearm is indeed clear. Okay, you can see my shirt through that real easy. You can see the wall. There is no magazine and there is no round. Okay. If you're going to practice stances or reloading techniques at home, never do it with a loaded firearm. you're going to clean, you're going to teach anybody how to do this, keep ammunition out of the room completely. Okay. If you're going to practice reloading at home, get dummy ammunition, plastic rounds. Okay. Do not practice with live ammunition at your house. Please, 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 do not practice with live ammunition at your house. If you want to practice reloading with live ammunition, do it at the range and have somebody there with you for safety. Okay. So going over brass, breathe. Okay. The R is for relaxing. A lot of people, especially first-time shooters, they just choke the pistol. They overgrip, their knuckles turn white, and actually they start to tremble because they're holding the gun so tight. That's too much. It should be like a nice, firm handshake. Enough to control the pistol. It's not going to hit you in the face. It's not going to jump out of your hand. Just like a nice, firm handshake to control the pistol. These 3 fingers and your thumb, those do not change. Okay, that grip is going to stay the same. The only thing that moves when you're firing the shot is your index finger. A lot of first-time shooters, they tighten up all their fingers when they go to fire that shot. It's called milking. Think of milking a cow. Okay, and what happens when you do this is that you tighten up your entire grip and you bring the barrel down when you do that. You don't want to do that. Okay, you want to maintain your grip and just gradually squeeze the trigger, bringing it back until the shot breaks. Okay, it should be a surprise every time. You shouldn't jerk it. You shouldn't pull it. It should be just a gradual squeeze until it fires. You worked hard to get that sight alignment. You don't want to mess it up by jerking the trigger. You should be able to control the pistol with one hand. The second hand is just for support the weight. Okay, so you can do like a cup and saucer method. Just put it underneath. Or we're talking about stanzas here in a minute. You can do a weaver method where you just rotate that forward and lay those fingers on top of these fingers to pull back on the firearm. Okay. So breathe is the B. Relax is the R. Aim. Okay, we want our sight alignment and sight picture. Okay, and why it's important that you don't jerk that trigger because you just worked hard to get that sight alignment. Okay. S is you're going to squeeze the trigger gradually. Okay, again, don't jerk it, don't pull it, squeeze it gradually. And the other S is stay on target. A lot of people, they fire the gun, they want to see where they hit right away. Okay, or they're anticipating the shot, so they jerk it before they pull the trigger. You're going to stay on target, you're going to pull the trigger gradually, and you're going to stay on target afterwards. This is important for 2 reasons. One, especially in defensive encounters, you're going to need to follow a second shot, fire a second shot, and this keeps your sights on target for that follow-up shot. Second, and the defined reason for follow-through, is that you don't move the barrel before the bullet has a chance to exit the barrel. Okay? If you're immediately going to go down and check to see the bullet hit, you're moving the barrel before the bullet exits, and instead of going to the target, is now going toward the dirt. Okay? So breathe, relax, aim, squeeze, and stay on target. Okay? Those are your shooting fundamentals. Breathe, relax, aim, shoot, stay on target.